Bitters. The band Exodus was recorded and took along Paul Anderson. That's all we've got from Pablo Paul Anderson, making the world a little younger. Morning time, it's now 9:15.
Everybody move, let your body move. Shoo-be-dee, bye, 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 bye. Keep on grooving, keep on grooving.
Nice Radio presents Healthy Vibes, a live health education program aired on this station on Saturday mornings. Healthy Vibes looks at the total person, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, with emphasis not only on diseases and conditions, but also on the importance of individual, family, professional, and political responsibilities to health and well-being. Healthy Vibes addresses issues not often talked about. It is solution focused. So join us this Saturday and every Saturday for Healthy Vibes on Nice Vibes on Nice Radio. I am Vin Abbott.
Let's see if we get Vin Abbott. Not on that line. Let's see who we've got on the lines. Let's try the other line. Finn, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning to you, Randy. Good morning, good morning.
Good to hear you. How are we doing? How is Canada this morning?
Well, things are getting, how should I put it? The weather's fine. It's around 6 degrees. It's going to be a nice day, a mix of some clouds, and the sun should get up to like 12.
Could we change phone lines? This one is low. Is it possible for you to come in on the other line?
I will try that.
Yeah, we'll keep that open for you. Try the other line so that we keep that open for you. Get a better connection from Toronto. Healthy Vibes with Vin Abbott, 9:17. I'm your company, Randy Dopwell, up until 10 o'clock this morning. At 10 o'clock, we got City View Multimedia with Carlisle. Carlisle will be in at 10 o'clock this morning. Your company into the afternoon. It's Nice Vibes on Nice Radio for Saturday. It's the 4th day in the month of April 2020. Got to say good morning to Dr. Stan Horn in Anguilla. Thanks for you're taking time out to bring us up to steam and some great information last week, and all the friends who are out in the front line working hard, making it happen. The friends here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, remember the friends who are shutting, the friends in your neighborhood who in this time here who have to stay indoors, make sure that you can help them out. Make a meal, do something especially for them. We are hanging tough for Vin Abbott. I asked him to change around phone lines, so let's see if we could get a better quality from Vin this morning. Healthy Vibes, a whole lot of great information about the coronavirus. 9:18 Saturday morning on the nation's nicest Nice Radio for nice people. And I was telling you about vibescaribbean.com. The number to reach us at vibescaribbean.com is 456-5277. Still got that number, 456-5277. We've got that plugged into the system, so you could reach us, vibescaribbean@gmail.com. You could also reach us, email us at vibescaribbean@gmail.com. Let's see if we got Vin back with us. Vin, good morning once again.
Good morning to you, Randy. Is this any better?
Very much so, very much so. Good to hear you, yeah.
Same here. I'm so happy to hear you on the other side of the line. How are you doing?
Doing great. Just trying to organize so that I could spend more time indoors. I've been spending a whole lot of time indoors. I come out to do my grab some stuff in the groceries, or to go to the bank, or to the pharmacy. So I'm trying to stay indoors. I've been working on vibescaribbean.com. Monty says we're up, and I should be able to do my programming from home. So spoke with the management about that this morning. We'll see how that works out.
That sounds like good news. So important.
Yes, sir.
And I understand how that feels to come out to work or whatever, because when I get off air, I'll be heading out to work for about 4 or 5 hours today, and it's no fun being out there. I mean, I have to do what I have to do, being in the essential service area, and the clients, the patients rely on us, but it's getting really serious out there, to answer your question posed earlier.
Oh yes, it's serious out there.
So much so that this is the real first, spring-like weekend. Like I said, it's sunny and nice outside, but the authorities here have been very proactive. They reckon that people would want to get out and things like that, and ignore ignore social distancing. So we have another 200 or so police officers on the streets, and more police officers along with social distancing enforcers, so to speak, who are paying attention to the parks and the sidewalks, basically trying to educate people. And if they don't work and cooperate with the authorities, the police and the enforcement officers, they can be fined starting at somewhere around, I think, $1,000, and you can go from there. That's how serious this is getting. And the projections came out yesterday for Toronto from Premier Ford, and it shows that they're projecting something like 3,000 to 6,000 deaths under current conditions, up to 3,000 deaths in Ontario. Yes. To date, we have like 986 persons living with COVID in Toronto, in Ontario, that is. And Canada, we have over 12,000 with 187 deaths reported so far. And again, for folks who violate social distancing, you're talking about $1,000. If you do not cooperate, you can be ticketed, and the rest, the law will take care of that. And so it's getting really serious all there, and
very much so, very much so. Mind-boggling, Vin. You got up and you hear that 1,100 and something people died in the United States of America, and here Dr. Fauci and these people saying it's going to be 100,000 to 200,000 deaths. It looks to me, if you calculate that is like 100 days of people dying with 1,000 people. This is crazy.
It is, and a lot of it, though, depends on what we do. I mean, these projections are based on conditions remaining the same, public health programs in place, and also we practice social distancing, physical distancing, practice good hand hygiene regularly, like every day, almost like in an OCD-like fashion, practice breathing in our sleeves or arms, and staying off the streets if you don't have to, staying off the blocks, staying away from the beaches, and reports coming out of St. Vincent. I mean, like, let me not go there yet, because even here in Toronto, when I get out there, I'm trying to get into work, when I walk along, you're familiar with the Yonge and Finch area,
yeah.
And you see people there. Anytime I see anyone with a mask on, for example, I assume that he or she is living with the virus. So I go more than 6 feet away from that person. And I want others to do me the same. Don't assume that I am without the virus. I do not know that. I have no symptoms, and thank God for that so far. But I'm working in an area where anything is possible, where anything is, and I'm exposed out there. We're putting all of us at risk when we go out there if we don't have to get out there, Randy. And that is a message I really want to get across to our youngsters on St. Vincent and the Grenadines and elsewhere. Guys who are hanging on the block, drinking and all of that. Well, socially having fun. Guys who are going to the beach because school is out and things like that, and having fun. Totally disregarding the vans that are still, loading up and all of that. I understand there are many factors there at work, but we have to get serious. I understand we have like 3 persons living with COVID on St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
We got four extra cases last evening, so we are seeing 7 cases with one of the cases who we had earlier up as they've recovered, so 6 active cases we are seeing here on St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
And then you multiply that, you see what we're living with.
Yeah, the multiplication factor, yes, sir.
And then we think about our readiness. We had a lot of lead time, so how is the system responding, or is the health systems, are they in a position to handle a massive outbreak so that the systems do not become overwhelmed? There's so many factors here. You can take this discussion in so many areas, but at this juncture, I still think we have time. We have what I call lead time. We're in front of the curve, so to speak. We can suppress the virus if we do all the things that the authorities are asking us to do. I was thinking about this before I came on air, Randy, and some words came to my mind because I was hoping to do the whole question of mindfulness and response to stress, because I can only imagine. But the whole question of, am I prepared? And this is where I stand. I am doing everything possible, all that I know how to do, based on my training, based on my experiences in this field, in this area of crisis management, but more importantly, or most importantly, common sense. Just plain common sense. The facts are there. Yes, you get different reports from time to time, but the facts are there. We know exactly what we have to do as a people to support the authorities, all the frontliners. We as a people, when we are there, we have to do what we have to do. Difficult as it is, our watchword in all of this too has to be patience. And we have to find ways, we have to be creative, thinking outside the box in terms of getting through this together. So yes, knowledge, experience, wisdom, but common sense, my friends. That's where I really, really sit on this, Randy D.
Yeah, it's so important that we follow what's happening across the globe, because the youngsters probably not looking at what's going down. They started out by saying this is a sickness that is going to be a virus that is just going to be attacking the elders, the people in the nursing homes, the people with some form of illness from before. But now we're realizing that that's not it. It's everybody.
Exactly. That's why it was named, or it was named the novel coronavirus. Novel meaning new, and all of us were learning together as the virus, continued to make waves across the globe. Right, so every day you're going to get some report, but there are some things that are very consistent. There are things that are working. Do the things that work. Stay home, practice social distancing, physical distancing, wash your hands thoroughly. And again, we have gone over this so many times. I don't think there's anybody on St. Vincent, the Islands, wherever, who do not know how to wash hands at this time. Sneeze in your sleeves, and if you have a cough or whatever, elevated temperature, make a call to your health worker. Stay away from people. Think about others. Don't be selfish. Because the thing is, I heard a few persons saying that, well, the expression "foul who na hair go feel" or something like that. But this is not even that, because if it was affecting you and it wasn't affecting somebody else, that might have been a different story. I told
that person who said to me, "Who na hair go feel," I told him also that who here also feeling with this one. Exactly.
We're in this together. So if it's not like HIV, you go out and you have loose, careless sex, so to speak. You end up with the virus. You can deal with it by yourself, and whatever. If you're careless, others will get it. But this is something that is communicable, notifiable, right? So this is different, because you mess up, and you mess up thousands of people. You mess up a whole community, a whole country. That's the message, and messaging is so important here. We got to get that across, that if you get it, it doesn't mean that it stays with you. Others get it too, without you realizing it. And that's a serious message for us to get across to our people generally.
I got a good feeling. I went across to the shop next door yesterday evening, and there were a lot of youngsters sitting outside of the shop, and they were spaced out, but they were sitting there. And I was happy with the level of the conversation. They're in tune. They're aware of what's happening. They were telling me about lemongrass and the different things right in the area that we need to be drinking and stuff like that. The youngsters are in tune in my area. And I'm happy that some of them are, and I guess that would rub off on the others. But this is where we have to reach. We have to reach our youngsters to let them understand this is serious.
Randy, just before I go, I don't know if you remember, but I remember as a kid growing up on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you had that department of government called Government Information Service. You had, they used to do a lot of community outreach with Leon Huggins and all these guys, with loudspeakers. Anything you make announcements at election times, we go out, our politicians go out with mounted vehicles with speakers and things like that, and so on and so on. Basic communication, community, grassroots type communication. I saw something on WhatsApp. Somebody sent me something where somebody, I don't know if one of the islands, I didn't pick up the accent, or I didn't know where, let me put it that way, but was there with a speaker, a public address system, basically encouraging people to get home. I happen to know in Antigua, I was with on the line with my brother in Antigua, one of my brothers there, and I could have heard the cops, the police with their mounted vehicles, with systems, encouraging people to social distance. There was a market lined up and all of that, but they were there monitoring the situation, using the public address systems and things like that. I want to believe we are at this point where we have to get back to some basic grassroots type public address programs and get out there in the communities to encourage people. I honestly believe we need to go back to some very, very basic stuff when it comes to this, Randy. This is where we are. Too much is at stake. Too much is at stake. We should not take anything for granted. We should be thinking outside the box, and we must work together on this issue, Randy.
Yeah, I gotta help the authorities. This is what I was saying this morning. If you are aware of what's happening and you know that you could close up your business, help the authorities. They don't have to tell you that you have to close up your business. Here is Kids Plus saying, listen, man, we will assess their situation. We figure it's for time for us to close down for the businesses who could afford to do this and help their staff over the period. We have to be able to look out for us, and we gotta be the people. The president in the United States was pussyfooting. The other guys come up front, the governors, the mayors, and they're the ones who are carrying the fight up front. He's now trying to come on stream with them. So we are the ones here who have got to put the work in.
I agree with you 100%. I agree with you. Leadership is not just about your politicians. Leadership is about us, in the family, in the community, in the various institutions across our island. You know, that's where leadership resides, you know, at the grassroots level. And we have to demonstrate that now more than ever. Randy, before I go, I just want to take a minute and do something, because I realize, and something is speaking to me, there are so many of us who are stressed out. As I speak to you, I got a report a couple of days ago that I lost a cousin in New York to COVID. I got another report last night that I have another cousin very close to me who is living with COVID, who is hospitalized at the moment, and all of that. And the news is going to get worse as the days go by. And I would imagine the same is true for many of the folks out there listening to us on Healthy Vibes, on Nice Vibes, and Nice Radio for this day, Saturday, April the 4th. We are thinking about you. And one of the things that I believe in is mindfulness. It's not a religion or anything of that nature, right? It is really coming to grips with the moment, trying to feel, understand what you're feeling, understanding your thought processes, your emotional responses to situations, and your behavioral, patterns, and trying to deal with that. Yes, because when you get into mindfulness, not mindful, like I guess many of us are mindful now, so many things going through our minds, like you just alluded to there, Randy, about work, employment, money, feeding our families, and things like that. But it's about being in the moment, focusing on the present, in the present, yes? It decreases emotional pain and things like that. Brings us into wise mind, as against, say, the rational mind or the emotional mind. We can rationalize a lot of stuff now. We can react to situations, but we got to be in a situation where we are balanced, yes? Where we are balancing and experiencing in the moment. That is what we are talking about here. And I just want to take a minute or two to help our folks who can, and many folks probably, I hope most folks are at home listening to us. I want to do something in relation to mindfulness, help you to become grounded at this moment. Only God knows what you're going through. Just want you to know that we on Healthy Vibes and Nice Vibes and Nice Radio are with you. We are thinking of you a lot. And we're in this together, wherever we are on planet Earth. So I just want you to sit comfortably, both feet flat on the floor. And this is a useful grounding technique, just to come to the moment. Rest your palms upward in a willing posture, like you're yielding to a force bigger than you. And just practice a half smile. Yes, perhaps there's nothing to smile about just at this moment. Nothing to smile about, maybe. But just get into the moment and smile. It's beautiful. I can see you, wherever you are. Keep your eyes open, looking slightly downward at a spot, or close your eyes, whichever is more comfortable. And breathe mindfully. Breathe as per normal. You don't have to Just breathe and listen to your body. See where the pain is. Yes, try and feel the pain. Just in your neck and your forehead, your eyebrows. Just take a couple seconds, go right down your body, through your gut and your knees. Just feel and breathe. And if you feel some pain in your gut, just stay with it for a moment. Don't judge. Don't judge the pain. It's there. Just recognize it's there. Don't do anything else, please. Stay with us, please. Yeah, just breathe. Breathe. Down to your foot, your toes. Just feel, just observe. Be a spectator on your own body. Feel. Just breathe. Now we're in this together.
Yes, we are.
Radiate the warmth and love. Remember, you have a smile in your face. Let that warmth and love radiate to people around you, whether in the studio there or in your home, at work, if you're at work and you have a moment, wherever you are, in North America, Success Radio, Fun City, UK, all my folks in England, wherever you are, Dr. Henry, my brothers, all folks in England, Jamel Warrican, wherever you are listening. Send your love and kindness to everyone in your domain, in your circle, in your life. Whether you had a fight with them or not, foes or friends. Send some warmth and love into your village, into your town, into your city, into our nation, into the world. And say this to them in thought. May you all be well. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all abide in peace. May you all feel safe and secure. May you all feel loved and cared for. Just dwell in those thoughts and those words. Send loving, warm thoughts out. Now let's come back to self. Focus once again on yourself, so the feeling of love and kindness fills your whole being. Breathing in peacefully, breathing out peacefully, at peace with yourself and the world. Yes. Then slowly let the feelings of love and kindness ease and return once again to focusing on just your breathing. Now notice yourself sitting. If you close your eyes, slowly open your eyes and return to the room and stay with the moment. Stay with the moment. We're in this together. To blank to COVID. Love you, friends. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend. We are thinking about you. We love you. Let's continue to think about each other and send the love, the warmth out to all of us. We're in this together. Randy?
Ben, thank you, man. Thank you and the family at Concardi Radio. You all stay strong.
Everybody move. Let your body move. Shoo-be-dee, bang, 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 dee-be, bang, bang. Keep on grooving. Keep on grooving.
Nice Radio presents Healthy Vibes, a live health education program aired on this station on Saturday mornings. Healthy Vibes looks at the total person, physical, emotional, social, and spiritual, with emphasis not only on diseases and conditions, but also on the importance of individual, family, professional, and political responsibilities to health and well-being. Healthy Vibes addresses issues not often talked about. It is solution-focused. So join us this Saturday and every Saturday for Healthy Vibes on Nice Radio. I am Vin Abbott.